Hi everyone, this is in front of you Shivani from TTWREIS Girls Bugaram. I think you all are eagerly waiting for which subject I want to explain you. But before going to say you what subject I am going to explain you, I want to tell you a small story related to my topic. One day, organs like eyes, ears, nose, hands, legs and stomach chit-chatting with each other. But suddenly, don't know what happened to them. They have started fighting with each other because the eye said, I am the greatest and important organ in our body. Without taking of my help, how can you watch this world? The ear said, no, I am the greatest and important organ in our body. Without taking of my help, how can you hear anything? Then the nose said, no, I am the greatest and important organ in our body. Without taking of my help, how can you exchange the gases? Is it possible? Then the hand said, no, I am the important and greatest organ in our body. Without taking of my help, how can you hold any item? How can you take the food? How can you do any activities? Then the leg said, no, I am the greatest part in our body. Without taking of my help, how can you move from one place to another place? How can you stand constantly? So, they all are expressing their specialities and they are fighting with each other. But the stomach is not giving any response. So, the eye asked to the stomach, what happened stomach? Why are you silent? Then the other part said, yes, stomach will stay silently only because there is no use of stomach. It's a waste organ. Then the stomach thinks itself, okay, there is no use of me. I am a waste organ. Then I will stop digestion for 1 week. Let's see what will happen. Then all the parts went to their home. The days are going on. Then the eyes are slowly closing. The ears are not able to hear anything. Then the nose is very hard to exchange the gases. The hands are not able to do any work. It's not able to take food also. Then the legs are not able to move from one place to another place. So, they all are suffering with several problems. So, they all are gathered at a place and discussing their problems. The first one is I. So, I said that, what happened to me? What happened to me? I am not able to see anything. What happened to me? My eyes are closing. I am not able to see anything. Then the ear said, what happened to me? What happened to me? I am not able to hear anything. I am not understanding anything. What are you talking? Please speak loudly. Hello, hello, what are you talking? Then the nose said, what happened to me? What happened to me? I am not able to breathe. It's very hard to exchange the gases. Then the hand said, what happened to me? I am not able to take any object. I am not able to hold any object. I am not getting energy. I am also not able to take the food. Then the leg said, what happened to me? I am not able to move from one place to another place. I am not able to stand properly also. What happened to me? So, they all are discussing their problems. Then suddenly the eye said, yes, I realize now why we all are suffering with these several problems because of stomach. Stomach? Yes, stomach. Because the stomach stopped the digestion. If stomach stopped the digestion, how the food will digest? If the food will not digest, how we get the energy? So, we all are not getting the energy. So, we all are suffering with these several problems. So, they all are realized what the mistake they done. So, they all are went to near to the stomach and said to the stomach, sorry stomach, it's our mistake. We realize now that you are the important and greatest part in our body. Then the stomach said, no, you are wrong, because every organ is equal in our body. Without taking off any other organ's coordination, any part can do a complete work. So, every organ is equal in our body. So, this is a story. So, from this story, I decided to explain it. Yes, it is a biscuit. It is a complex compound. Now, I am going to convert it into simple substances with the help of my energy. Like this only, in our body, the complex compounds convert into simple substances with the help of enzymes. So, it is known as digestion. In this digestion, there are 5 steps. They are ingestion, digestion, secretion, absorption, defecation. The first one is ingestion. So, ingestion is nothing but the process of intake of food. It is known as ingestion. For your better understanding, I want to show you an example. So, this is a biscuit. It is a complex compound. I am taking it as my food. So, I am taking this biscuit. So, the process of intake of food, it is known as ingestion. Next, the second one is digestion. So, now only we discussed that what is meant by digestion. Yes, the definition of the digestion is the process of breakdown of complex compounds into simple substances with the help of enzymes. It is known as digestion. And the third one is secretion. Secretion is nothing but the process of digestive fluids and enzymes are secreted in digestive tract. Its accessory organ facilitated by chemical digestion. It is known as secretion. Then the fourth one is absorption. Absorption is nothing but the process of transport of production of digestion from small intestine into blood. It is known as absorption. The last but not least, it is defecation. Defecation is nothing but the undigested food materials are expelled through by the rectum or anus. It is known as defecation. So, these are the 5 steps in the digestion. They are ingestion, digestion, secretion, absorption and defecation. So, we discussed that the types of digestion. Now, we will discuss the process of digestion. So, in this process of digestion, the human digestive system is very complex in nature, where different organisms participate and perform different activities by using digestive fluids and enzymes. So, here we observe a long tube from the anterior part mouth to posterior part anus. So, it is called alimentary canal. In this process of digestion, the first one is mouth. So, let's we discuss about the mouth. In this mouth, we already discussed that what is meant by ingestion. Yes, ingestion is nothing but the process of intake of food. It is known as ingestion. And also we know how many teeth we present. Yes, there are 32 permanent teeth. They are different in 4 types. They are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So, these are the 4 types of teeth. Incisors help us to cutting the food. So, I took this a biscuit. So, I am cutting it. Are you observed? Yes, I am here cutting the food by using of my incisors. So, these teeth are known as incisors. Next, the second one is canines. Canines help us to tearing. So, this help us to tearing. Then the third one is premolars and the fourth one is molars. So, these premolars and molars help us to grind the food. So, you observe that now I taken this food and I am grinding this food by using of my premolars and molar teeth. Observe here. Yes. So, here I am grinding this food by using of my incisors and canines. Yes. Then the food in mouth we know that by these using of teeth, the food is cut and crushed and it will enter into our mouth and it mix with saliva and the slippery lump will be formed. That slippery lump is known as bolus and this process is known as mastication. So, I will show you an example. So, it is a biscuit. I am taking it. Yes, this biscuit I taken, I am cutting it into complex compounds into simple substances by using of my teeth and it mixed with the saliva. So, you are observing here, yes, this is slippery lump. It is known as bolus and this process is known as mastication. Then the food will be entered into the buccal cavity. So, buccal cavity. In buccal cavity, we know it consists one enzyme. It is amylase. Amylase is also known as ptyalin. So, this ptyalin help us to break down of carbohydrates into simple ones. So, we know that in the buccal cavity consists saliva. So, this saliva is secreted through salivary glands. They are parotid gland, submaxillary gland, sublingual gland. They are secreted near the ear, under the jaw and under the tongue. So, these are the three types of salivary glands. So, next the food will be entered into the pharynx. But before going to the pharynx, we observe here tongue. Yes, tongue help us to mix the food with saliva. So, the tongue acts as universal toothbrush. Tongue is a free movable sense organ which is attached to the oral cavity. Then the saliva mixed food entered into the pharynx. Pharynx is nothing but the food which were entered into the common passage, food and air. It is known as pharynx. So, we observe here two types of pipes. They are food pipe and windpipe. So, food pipe is also known as pharynx. Windpipe is known as larynx. So, there are two types of pipes. So, in these pharynx, a cartilaginous flap is called epiglottis. Epiglottis helps for the enter the food into their respective passages. Then the food will enter into the esophagus. The esophagus is also known as food pipe. So, the saliva mixed food entered into the esophagus and then it will enter into the stomach. Before entered into the stomach, you are observing here a tube. It is known as esophagus, also food pipe. So, the food which is mixed with saliva, it will enter into the stomach by wave-like movements. These wave-like movements is known as peristaltic movement. Then the food will enter into the stomach. So, let's we discuss about the stomach. So, this stomach is in the shape of J. And we all are know stomach contain mainly one acid. It is hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid help for the killing of harmful microorganisms which are present in the stomach. So, this hydrochloric acid will kill all the harmful microorganisms, and stomach is covered with a layer. Stomach will covered with a layer. This layer is known as mucus layer. So, mucus layer is helping the stomach. It means it is protecting the stomach. So, I have a doubt that stomach have capacity to dilute the seizure also. But here the stomach is, the hydrochloric is have capacity to dilute the seizure also. But here the hydrochloric is present in our stomach. Then the stomach will not dilute? Yes, we all are have this doubt. But the stomach is covered with a layer, that is mucus layer. This mucus layer helping from the hydrochloric acid. So, the mucus is not able to digest the stomach. If the hydrochloric acid is present in our stomach, that time the mucus layer is not present. If it means the stomach will be dilute. So, the stomach mainly contain one enzyme. It is pepsin. So, pepsin helps for the digestion of proteins. So, the food which is entered into the stomach, it will mix with the gastric juice. So, the food which is mixed with the gastric juice, it will enter into the stomach. So, sometimes we feel like a vomiting sensation because of some food consists high oily or unwanted substances or harmful microorganisms, and that time we feel like vomiting. So, that vomiting occurs when we eat an indigestible food or more oily food. So, that time we feel like vomiting. So, that feeling is known as feeling of nausea. So, this is the process of digestion in the stomach. Then the food will enter into the small intestine. So, why we call it as small intestine? Yeah, because the small intestine, the size of the small intestine is small. So, we called it as small intestine. The length of this small intestine is 7 meters. So, small intestine is a longest part in the alimentary canal. So, the small intestine, so we observe some finger-like projections in the small intestine. That finger-like projections is known as microvilli. These microvilli helps to absorb the food materials. So, small intestine, so this length of the small intestine is 7 meters and its proximal part is called a duodenum. Yes, duodenum. Duodenum is a site for the digestion of carbohydrates and lipase and fats. So, then the food will enter into the large intestine. But before entered into the large intestine, the duodenum secrete two organs like liver and pancreas. So, let's we discuss about the liver. Liver produce the bile juice. Yes, bile juice. Bile juice digests the fats. So, the fats are converted into small molecules. That process is known as emulsification. So, the weight of the liver in an adult human body is 1.2 to 1.5 kgs. Now we will discuss about the pancreas. Pancreas secreted two enzymes. They are trypsin and lipase. Trypsin digests the proteins and lipase digests the fats. So the food will enter into the large intestine. The length of the large intestine is 1.5 meters. The large intestine absorbs the water from the food materials. Then the undigestible food materials are expelled through by the anus or rectum. So this process is known as defecation. So anus is the last part of the alimentary canal. So we discussed that what is the process of digestion. So thank you so much so we have to take some precautions for the proper digestion. So we have to take proper diet, we have to take fiber food. These fiber food give the weight to the food, and sometimes we suffered with constipation disease. Because of this constipation disease, if the digestion will not have properly, that time we feel, so that time we suffer with the digestion, with constipation. So thank you. I want to thank our state government, and thanks to our old TSAT channel team, and thanks to our secretary Sir Ronald Raj Sir Garu, and thanks to our Adilabad district ACO Sir Garu, and thanks to my principal ma'am Shravanti Madam Garu, and my escort teacher Srujana Madam Garu. I want to give a special thanks to my friends 10th class. Thank you so much for everyone. I think you all are understood what is meant by digestion, the types of digestion, and the process of digestion. Yes, so health is wealth. Drink a plenty of water and take proper diet, and health is wealth. So thank you so much for everyone.